Good morning, everyone. And how are you? Doug, Dan, Mark, Gary, Valerie, Robinson's here. Awesome. Let's see if you have anybody joining us from YouTube. A few people. Just a few right now. It usually heats up. From Nevada. Cool. You guys think we're heading south or we're going to have a reversal? Is it all a shakeout? He did, and I watched his speech twice, and I think I've got a better understanding of their direction. Their two mandates are to keep inflation at 2%, so, stable prices and full employment. Well, the problem we've been having is prices have somewhat are starting to come down. Again, it's all about the speed, but the employment has stayed strong. Now, me personally, I feel like there's some squish in that number, if you will, because if inflation goes up, now the unemployment number is not supposed to count people that are not going to work by choice, but it really doesn't. As inflation goes up, people that probably could have gotten by with not working before are going to go back to work because everything's more expensive. So I think that number is going to be sticky for a while. $6 a gallon. I'd have to get a second job. Gonna see me on my scooter up to work instead. Yeah, he does talk. It's his favorite thing to do. It's pretty amazing how he can talk for an hour, say almost nothing.
Matt, I only wish I had that ability. I wish I had that ability. Good morning, everyone. I watch these videos sometimes of these gurus or these traders. The guru is a really silly word, but folks, and I'm like, he's been talking for 2 hours and he hasn't said anything. But Greenspan had style. He was different. Morning, everyone. Morning, 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 morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Glad to see everyone. Let's give the room about 4 minutes to fill up. Oh, I'm doing awful art. I feel really bad about the it's like Murphy's Law. We start a brand new program, and the market just decides to tank right there. For 3 months, it doesn't do anything. Hey, BB, how are you? And right when I put on new positions, it just tanks. It's like, but I think we're gonna get out of this in one piece. Let's just figure it all out, and I'll lay it all out for you guys. Oh, I'm all right, but yeah, Mark, we're still in the trade with a hefty loss. I want to see if we could do some salvaging, and if it turns around. Right now, it's holding on amazing in comparison to the market, which is really good. We'll talk about that in a minute. Powell yesterday. What was interesting was that the market reacted to Powell this morning and not and not yesterday. I thought that the reaction that we saw today would come yesterday, but I guess not. I understand, Mark. I totally understand. Oh, that squirrel, that squirrely Powell. Yeah, and he gets paid for it. Oh, nice. Matt, go ahead and repost that. Good, 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 good. And we'll talk about some things and some positions and so forth. But I'm glad we had a session yesterday. Hey, Fed Chuckle, you're testing us? Test? What are you testing? Hey, good morning, R. Good morning, Rochelle. Are you curious if this is live? This is all pre-recorded. I recorded this last night and I'm just, winging it. Good morning. Good morning, Lewis. Folks still ask me, Roger, is this live? Nah, it's all pre-recorded. I'm having lunch right now with my wife at 11:03. Good. Pulte. Good. Good, good, Tim. Glad to hear that. Clyde is better. He's actually walking. He's not limping anymore. He's doing a lot better. He's doing a lot better. They took Gramster and made a picture of it. Did you see it, Matt, today? They put my picture in Gramster. You didn't see it? Hi, Arturo. I'll show it to you guys a little later in the session. Just don't remind me. Actually, I'll post it in the Telegram channel. My back is doing a lot better. I had Bonnie's fine. Bonnie's good. They've been doing those couplings on me. Those cups. Hey, Glenn, how are you? And boy, oh boy, those cups, they're actually making me feel a little better. Whatever they're doing, me not sleeping on my stomach and doing whatever they're telling me to do is making it better. It's just a process, but I'm not in pain anymore. I could sit here for 2-3 hours like I did yesterday and not be in pain. We do have a great group here. You're absolutely right. We do have a great group. I was just about to, Robert. I was just about to show everybody. So remember that stock here, SPLK, Splunk. I was just about to. That's Splunk. So remember it gapped, and somebody that I'm not going to mention said it's not going to go higher. It's almost done, and then it kept going higher, and then it kind of it sold off, and then it went up another 21%. So don't and look at that volume. It's not even on high volume, so I can't really even say it's and it's not on my radar anymore. No, I wouldn't buy it. This is a little too much, even for me. But I'm not. But just to show you, don't ever think something can't go higher and something can go lower. You made $23 on it. Good, Trader HH. I haven't seen you here in a while. Good to see you. If you guys made money on Splunk, let me know so I could post it in. My folks, see, our guys, our marketers, they always want us to post feedback. If people made money from the rooms, that's why I'm asking you. I'm not asking you so I could feel better about myself. I'm asking you because they use those. Cisco's buying Splunk. Yeah, which is a very smart decision. So, all right, let's break things up. Let's get into it. Got a lot to talk about today. I don't want to waste your time, and I want to talk a little bit more about Carvana and talk to you and tell you what I'm thinking there, because I know a lot of folks are in that program, and I don't want you guys to lose money. So yesterday, UBS came out with some stories. A soft landing seems more plausible after Wednesday's FOMC meeting. UBS, now, here's the thing. Did we learn anything from yesterday's meeting aside from inflation is still hot? It's taking yeah, exactly, Michael. Did you see what Michael just wrote, Matt? I already do, Michael. I buy him lunch every single day. I bought him lunch every day since he's been working here, haven't I?
Pretty close.
Yeah. So I'm already on it. I'm offsetting his. He gets the loop every day. Probably sick of the loop. So UBS. And now here's the thing. I don't think yesterday we learned anything except what I've been telling you. It's going to be here for a lot longer than we all expected. Now, here's what my big surprise was. And the big surprise was I was under the impression that we only had one more Fed meeting this year. And I thought it was going to be in November because I was thinking 6 weeks. So I'm thinking if they're going to have it in November, they're not going to have it in December. But if they have it in early November, they can have it, I guess, in the end of December. So I'm thinking to myself, they're pretty confident about raising. They're pretty confident about raising rates one more time, but I'm thinking they don't want to be so certain. But then when I saw that there's two more, that made a lot more sense. That takes the yeah, they are delusional. They're really delusional. But I don't think we learned anything new. I don't think we found out anything that we did not know. I don't think there was any new speculation. I just think that's funny, Doug. That's pretty funny, but I don't know if I disagree with you. Funny, but you may be onto something. They're just odd ducks, you know? He did, Ron. He did. So here's what they said. This Fed's Board of Governors said was due to job gains slowing down in recent months. The unemployment rate remains low and inflation remains elevated. The 2023 SEP's assumption of appropriate policy was left unrevised, but the 2024 median was revised up 50 basis points to 5.1. There was no revision in 2024 inflation projections. The median 2023 dot at 5.6 would assume one more 0.25 basis point rate hike target range would be appropriate. And I agree with them. The year's core PCE inflation was revised 3.7. That's pretty much it. The real rate sought by FOMC is roughly 2.5% at 2024, which means we'll probably be at the target around 2025. This is thought to restore price stability and control economic activity expansion. This does not take into account China. This doesn't take into account China. Remember that. In addition, real GDP was revised from 1 to 2.1%, and unemployment rate was revised from 4 to 3.8%. The FOMC median participants assumes inflation will return to the 2% objective, with unemployment running essentially at the longer run rate through the forecast horizon, and real GDP running cumulatively at a longer run rate as well. Kind of what you were saying this morning on your comments from Powell, Matt. That's the first thing. That's the first thing. Second thing is Bank of America. Bank of America always likes to, around this time of month. It was from here, Valerie. We've been talking about it for like, how long have we been talking about Splunk now? And I said to you guys, if you're in it, stay in it.
Wow.
Like a month and a half? A month? Wait a minute. I don't have to guess. Since here. 1 second. I'll tell you exactly when. Since right here, right there, since 8/24, almost a month. Right here, I said this is a good buy. Matt said it was overbought, and it kept going higher and higher and higher. And then I said, probably want to get out here, and then ba-boom. So just FYI, it was right here. It was on this date. It was at 8/24. And we had a laugh about it because it kept going up. Anyway, so Bank of America, SPY, back to what I was saying. They're now revising their target. They're now revising their target from 4,300 to 4,600. So from here to here. Wow. They're really Matt, look at this projection. They're going from here to here. They went from here to here. Big betters, you know, big we'll have full 7 drive. No, I don't believe it for a minute, Ron, till I drive in it and see it. I do. I think it's complete blabber. Let me just blab about it a little bit. So they think the year-end target is basically this much higher than before. I mean, this is just like, do they get paid for this? I'm curious. Does somebody pay? If I was their boss, if somebody wrote this and I was their boss, I would look at him and say, like, am I paying you for this? This is just nonsense, right? We're not going to be here at the end of the year. We're going to be here. You mean it took us 4 days to get there. They're now estimating a 4-day change. That's what they're writing an article about that. Don't get me started. Our 5 market timing indicators. Boy, I'd love to see their market timing indicators. Their market timing is based on a monthly basis. So they're timing the market based on what it's going to do next month. It's not much of a market timing. All right. And then you got China. So we view support better returns from equal weighted S&P. So they think that the large cap Nvidias and Amazons are going to start cooling off in light of the equal weighted SPY. Some of the factors contributing to this bullish change. Yeah, it's a real bullish change. We went from here to here. Matt, real bullish, right? Idiots. Some of the factors contributing to this bullish change include productivity, efficiency, less labor intensity, lower duration risk, and U.S. manufacturing renaissance. Did they hear Powell's speech yesterday? Is this? I mean, this is Bank of America, right, Ken? Exactly. Bank of America. In addition, the equal weighted S&P has better visibility, lower earnings per share, lower. I agree with that. I agree with. I like the equal weighted S&P. I like the equal weighted S&P. So that's the stories. That's the stories for today. Let's do some technicals. So first things first, the S&P 500, which we're looking at right now. So far, if you look at it intraday, we had a couple of good bars. We're testing the lows right now. But I'm going to tell you right now, it's not having, the bulls are pretty stubborn. They are pretty stubborn with these two candles coming in at the lower end of the range. We are technically right at the 100, below the 100-day, and a very strong support level, which we have right here. I think I sent a morning video explaining that there's really strong support at 432.88. But if we end right here, we just broke the low like a second ago. The VIX, in light of everything, is moving up, but it's not really moving crazy. I'm not seeing any major, this is nothing to write home about. If you look at the QQQ, we're right at the 100-day moving average. I personally think that this support level is going to hold because I don't think there's anything very different that we learned that we haven't seen before. Remember, I drew this level here? And on the Dow, let me just see on the Dow where we're at. Just draw this line here. Right there. It's a very strong support over here. And then it takes us to the 200-day moving average. So I'm not necessarily, and we're also late in the week, not seeing that much follow through yet, although it's still very early in the day. I want to see how the second half of the day plays out. The bond market, I talked about this. I warned everybody about this. This is bad. This is not good. This is bad. And the volume is better today than usual. Let me actually see what the volume is right now. I could tell you that the volume right now is 89% of the average daily volume on the TLT. Dennis said, couldn't you have gone bearish with, couldn't have the worst and suggesting not boring loser game? What is this? You need to comment on averaging if you think there will be a bounce. Please comment. I said I'm going to talk about, Dennis, did you see my morning video today? And did you see the telegram that I sent to everybody? And did you see the email that I sent yesterday to everybody? I've already, since last night, I've given 3 comments on it. Okay, well, Dennis, before you say things like that, maybe you should watch the morning video where I spent about 5 minutes talking about both of them, send my telegram, and I was going to talk about it here as well. Yeah. I mean, I have 3 times, Dennis, 3 times. And I'm going to cover it plenty here. So before you say that, can you just, make sure you're on the same page as everybody else? Folks, did I talk about the stock in, well, I'm just saying, didn't I, I did. I don't dodge any questions. I talked about it 3 times. What did I start off the VIP room with? I feel so bad about Carvana. The timing couldn't be bad. I feel so bad. I hate you guys losing money. We're going to talk about how we could. Didn't I say that? All of it. I mean, have I dodged it at all? Anything? Okay. Boy, Dennis is coming in hot and heavy. All right. So I don't like this. I don't like this at all. So right now, I'm definitely favoring the Bears compared to the calls. I mean to the Bears side compared to the calls. But again, I think we're going to see some support. We're going to see some support right at this area and on the SPY. Richie, you go to you obviously don't watch my morning videos because on my morning videos, I say it every day. Go to rogerscott.com/telegram. It's below the videos on the YouTube channel. Just go to rogerscott.com/telegram. But it was in my morning video. I updated it last night and yeah, right. So you got to get Telegram or you go to YouTube, Mark. Roger Scott YouTube channel. All right, let's continue. I do have a lot to talk about today, but I'm not dodging I'm not dodging anything. I just didn't get to it yet here. I've only mentioned it 3 times before. Jeez. All right. So where were we? So I'd like to see how the S&P holds here. I'd like to see how it holds here. I don't like the fact that we're below the 100-day moving average, but let's see how this support level holds. Again, as I've been mentioning for the last couple of months, I don't like that this low was lower than this low, but we've held choppy for quite some time. Murphy's Law, when you start a new service, you always get crappy positions. That's how it's always been. Celeste service started out that way. Jack service started out that way. Codebreaker started. Every one of my services starts out that way. Yeah, Cyrus. It was what Cyrus would just said. Timing was really bad with all the things were going on the news and the market. Carvana, exactly. Yeah, I'm not really concerned about that at all, Mark. I mean, it's one trade. Okay, so that's the broad market. Be very, 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 be very, very cautious right now. Now, I do want to talk about Carvana a little bit. So here's the deal with Carvana. Here's Carvana. I like Carvana because Carvana made a swing high. It was above the 8-day moving average. There was absolutely nothing negative about it. And then all of a sudden we had multi-days because of the Fed and a downside. Now, there is really strong support right here. Really strong support. And the market actually, the stock today is, you can see right here. Let me just put it on. The stock today is actually, for the first time in 3 days, outperforming the market by a pretty significant margin. It's doing really well. Yeah. You're right about that, Cherie. Good point. So anyhow, right here versus right here, we have some really good relative strength. Matter of fact, before this thing crashed and burned, this thing went positive, and even right now, it's got a nice little fighting chance. I don't want to cut it right now because there's a good chance we'll have a flush out and this market would turn around today. If we don't turn around today, I'm probably going to end up closing the position before the end of the day. I don't want to hold it. I don't want to hold it further. I want to see it gearing up towards the end of the day. Okay, just want to make sure you guys understand what I'm planning on doing here and what I'm looking at. If it continues having really good relative strength, I'm going to hold off. If it doesn't have good relative strength, I'm going to liquidate it. Today is the first day it's showing really good relative strength, and it's outperforming the market by a good shot. You could actually see it over 3 months. You could see it not over a month, not over the last 5 days, but it's finally starting to move in the right direction. I think so too, Cyrus. I actually agree with you, and I think it will turn. That's one of the reasons why I'm hesitant to liquidate it right now, because I think we're at a flush out level. We will know sooner than later. The options don't expire tomorrow, so we do have some more potential to hold it. But I'm going to go through several trades. I'm going to go through several trades in just a few minutes, but I just wanted to let you know where we stand. As far as NVIDIA is concerned, again, that was a bonus trade. That wasn't really a major trade. I think NVIDIA is not really going very far, and I'm not very concerned with it because that wasn't planned to be a 4-day trade or a 5-day trade. I think NVIDIA is going to bounce off the 100-day and start coming back up. What I'll probably end up doing for NVIDIA, sell a bearish call spread and take some premium in, and we'll turn that into an iron condor. Okay? So just wanted to make sure that we're all on the same page. Does everybody understand exactly what I'm looking to do with Carvana? And does everybody understand exactly what I'm looking to do with NVIDIA? NVIDIA, again, lesser, that wasn't really part of this, but I'm coming to cover it as well because so many people wanted it. Does that make sense? Brendan, I said I'm going to look at relative strength, and I'm going to see if Carvana's relative strength is outperforming the market. Right now, it's really outperforming the market by a really strong margin. If it continues to go down, if the relative strength drops, I'm going to liquidate it at the end of today. NVIDIA, I think I'm going to turn it into an iron condor because it doesn't expire for, I think, 2 more weeks. Matt, correct me if I'm wrong, which will give us a nice time for it to come back. Jackie, an iron condor is just the other side. It's just 2 debit spreads. October 20th. Yeah, we have plenty of time. We've got plenty of time. So I'm not really concerned about NVIDIA. I think we're going to have a nice bounce before then. But with Carvana, we only have 6 days till expiration. And I want to see if we can get above 45. If we can rally and get above 45 today, I'll feel a lot better about the trade. But I wanted to give you guys I wanted to explain to you exactly what was going on. Who was the person who said to me that I didn't cover it? Did I cover it to your satisfaction? I'm talking about relative strength. Oh, speaking of, thank you for reminding me, Sylvia. See, I'm glad that was the other thing. Let me show you guys something. When I'm looking at, I'm looking at Thinkorswim. You guys can't see it right now, but here's something else. Look at the RSI right now on Carvana. That was the other thing. But I wasn't talking about this. I was actually talking about relative strength, but I wanted to show you that the RSI and Williams R are just really overdone, and Williams R is starting to ping higher. So again, I don't want to turn a small winner into a big loser if I can help it. Okay. So let's just keep an eye on it. One thing I learned is to hedge. One big credit spread loss will take back. This can mess with trader psychology. So hedging disconvenient with the cheap. Bought it back today for. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Maybe I will hedge it. That's not such a bad idea, Ken. We'll see. We'll see. But I definitely want to. I want to give this a little breathing room because, as I said, if you look at it on a 1 day. And if we add SPY, you will see that today, look at the SPY and look at this thing. So let's see what happens and we'll go from there. Yeah, Val, I'll cover all that. We'll be covering them here. So don't worry. We'll cover this because most folks are in this program, in the option program. So we'll cover it here. All right. Get your piece of paper, get your pen. Let's talk about trades that I like. Now, first, let's talk about potential day trades. I know you guys like the day trades. So we have Dexcom. Dexcom on a daily has been breaking down really hard, and we have the market at our back right now. Just here. Oops, wrong thing. There we go. The 50's crossing below the 200. Thank you, Ken. There's really nothing here, and it just continues moving down. That's a good sign for day trading. Now, here's how I would play this. Let's just compare this here. SPY. It's moving along with the market. It's consolidating right now. If the market drops another level, this thing is one of the weakest stocks on Wall Street right now. So this could be a potential day trade for you. Another day trade. Just pull this up. Stock is breaking down. Volume, but relative strength is much, much weaker than the market, as you could see here. Oh, glad to hear that, Kathy. Good. 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 So glad to hear that. So Wolf Speed, relative strength, definitely one of the weakest stocks right now. I think the stock is going to break down, and if the S&P breaks down a little more, the stock is going to break with it. If the S&P starts coming up, you're going to have a little bit of resistance to the downside because this stock is pretty weak. So that's another day trading stock for today. Another one is PXD. Just want to first give you the day trading stuff. Get that out of the way. Pioneer Natural Resources. I think it's heading to the 200-day moving average. Very, very weak stock. Totally underperforming the market. I think it has more to go if the market turns south. Okay. You don't want to go long the market today unless the market goes up and the market's down. So you don't want to, you can swing them if you have a good profit at the end of the day to the downside, Mark. Up till 2 days ago, this was not a swing trading market. This was a day trading market, but the last few days proved us wrong. Next one is Square. Again, these are day trading stocks. These are really weak stocks. You want to trade weak stocks. I think this has a little more downside to go. Last 5 days, just going with the market. If the market breaks the low, which it's doing, it seems to be doing right now, it's moving down. You see, Carvana, market's breaking down, making new lows, but Carvana's only down 55 cents. We didn't see that yesterday. It was below those. Now it's starting to come up. That's a really positive sign. We'll see if that continues. Yes, Paul, these are stock day trades. I'm just giving you guys some day trades. Yeah, you're right, Ken. You're right. Yes. So let's now talk about possible continuations. Bullish trades are very easy to find right now. We don't have tailwind in our back, so the trades will have to do all the heavy lifting. So if the trade's going to do all the heavy lifting, you want to make sure you have the wind at your back, or you have at least the volume and everything else on your back. So let's look at Plains All American Pipeline. 1 second here. 1 second, folks. 1 second. Okay. So volume is above average. Relevant strength is amazing. I mean, amazing. Look at that. Amazing. It's breaking above levels right now. On an intraday basis, it's looking really good right now. S&P's going down. This is going up. My suggestion is wait for it to break above. Wait for this thing to break above 1570. All right. Put a stop there at 1570. I'm not big on RSI on the Paul. Are you talking about relative strength or RSI? Two different things. When I'm looking at breakouts, the last thing I look at is RSI. RSI is for overbought, oversold. Now, there's a lot of implied volatility here. So we want to get out of this noise and we want to go in the money in this case. And going in the money right now would be about the 15 strike price. Right here. Right here. Okay. Very, very, very important. It's a swing trade. I'll let you know, or just ask me. We usually continue talking about them here. You can always say, hey, Roger, you mentioned this trade on this day. What do you think about it now? I want to see follow through. First of all, we wouldn't be in the trade yet because it didn't break out of the high. But if it does, it's a swing trade. You'd want to keep it while it's brushing off relative strength. If the SPY turns positive right now, and I don't think it will, but if it does, it may, Boom. This thing will bolt higher. I mean, look at the last 5 days. Funds are really buying this right now aggressively. We know that. Will they continue buying it? I don't know, but they're sure as heck buying it right now. Okay. Next one, PGR. It's really easy to find strong stocks when markets are down. These are swing trades, BB. I already gave the day trades. These are all swing trades. Look at Progressive. Look at relative strength versus the SPY. I mean, this is crazy strong. I mean, the SPY doesn't even have to churn higher. It just has to flatline right now and just move. Just a hiccup in this thing will move. Well, not intraday. See, I'm glad I looked at this. So I wouldn't want this for a day trade. I wouldn't want this for a day trade, but I would want this for a swing trade if we can close near the high of the day. Intraday, 5-minute relative strength is not good, but hourly, 30 minutes, 1 hour is great, which makes it a good swing trade. Now let's see here. Oh yeah, we're in a void right now. You see, there's a lesson here. There's a lesson here. I typically only trade options. For my swing trades, I'm giving you options for every one of them. Sherry, I just gave you an option for PAA, and I'm about to give you an option for this one. So you get options for all of them, all the swing trades, not day trades. That'll be when we open up the day trading room, which will be so much fun. So let's continue this. Like Carvana's right now down 10 cents. That's strong relative strength. All right. So let me give you a lesson here. There's a good lesson here, and I don't want you guys to miss this lesson. See how I'm looking? I like it. We're breaking up, and I go backwards, and I see that there's a gap here. When a price after several months, and I mean several months, we made this gap when? We made this gap on 413, right? Okay. Well, now we're in 920. We're filling that gap. That's a very, very powerful signal. The fact that it's completely outperforming the market the last 3 days. Look at the S&P's going down. This thing is moving up. There is institutional accumulation. The only thing I don't love about it is volume is a little bit below average. That's the only thing that would make me go half size instead of full size. But I love the trade on a swing trading basis, as long as relative strength remains strong on a 30-minute, hour, so to speak. And the indicator once we publish the indicator, it'll give you all that. Val, yeah, we talked about it earlier today. We did. We did. Don't be afraid to buy stocks that are swinging higher, and don't be afraid to sell stocks that are making lower. Don't think it's overbought or oversold just because it's moving lower or higher. A stock is priced exactly where it's supposed to be priced. Thank you, Val. Why couldn't I be right on Carvana, right? I feel so bad about that trade. I feel so awful about it. Like, I understand we build up some winners, right? And then we have a little loss, but like to start out of the gate, right? Makes me look bad. I'll tell you guys psychologically, people don't like to take trades because it's emotionally devastating. You know how quickly you get over that when you start trading publicly? Matt, the shame of taking a loss versus a shame of like taking a loss in front of like thousands of people,
Yeah.
It's very, so it brings you, it makes it much easier to trade because you basically have no, like, you get numb afterwards, it's funny. I did get Matt, I forwarded it to Matt PM. I haven't discussed Visa yet. I will if you'd like me to, but I haven't. Of course, I'm telling you how I feel, I have feelings too, right? Okay. So for this one, I like the 140. I definitely like the 140. And you can go ahead and offset it with the 155. You could do that. It's not a problem there. No, you can't. You can't. Ooh, Billy. Can you let him you repost that, Matt? And there was a couple of others you missed while you were getting the good stuff.
Getting the goods.
Getting the goods.
Yeah, if you
Relative strength. Are you talking, Chaz? Are you talking about relative strength? Okay. RS is relative strength. RSI is relative strength index. Day and apples and oranges. So can we just make sure if you're referring to one, just say RS, and if you're referring to the other one, say RSI. That way, relative strength. I'm looking at 12 days, 10 to 12 days. Good for you, Billy. Yeah, 10 to 12 days. Like for 5 minutes, I want to look at hourly, so it's 12 periods. So yeah. Progressive. We're buying the 140 call and we're offsetting it with the 155 call. Let's continue. VLO. VLO right now for all of you is the strongest. I'm glad to hear that. I'm so glad to hear that. That makes me so happy. Repost that too, Matt. That's a very nice thing that Risky Rhonda just said. I get, these names are priceless. So Valero is the strongest energy stock right now. It's very, 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 very strong. Now, I know it made a swing high and then it was sold off this morning, but how much is the Dow down right now? The Dow has a big impact on these stocks.
Dow is down 170 points.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be too tough on this stock right now, but I think that if you're looking to, thank you, Adam. Oh, okay, good, Josephine, good to know. Long or short? So I like this, and I don't really care that it's down a little bit today in comparison to where it was. I like this long. I like this long, and I like it. So if you guys haven't bought any energy stocks, it's a good one. I think I said for the PGR to go long 145 and sell the 155. For VLO, we're going 15 days out, and yeah, I want to go 15 days out, and I want to go to about 145, and I want to sell the 157.50 against it. That's what I want to do. Dan, I think I just mentioned it. Let me know if that was enough and if I was off or not on it. Next one is Humana. Let's look at Humana. Good. Stock is breaking above the 200-day moving average. You know what? Let's not do anything on this one. I don't feel comfortable yet. Not at all. Scratch this one. Okay, let's talk about the short side. I gave you the day trading stocks. If I did not, here are the day trading stocks. I'm going to give them to you right now. For today, DXCM, Square, PXD, Wolf. I like that name. Oh, I already posted that one. Those are the day trading stocks. Now let me give you the short stocks for the swings, okay? And also, let me take a look at Lilly real quick. Oops. Woo, talk about it. Downdraft. Bloodbath there. Okay. A lot of stocks are taking it under the chin today. Okay. Downside, folks. Breakdown here. Relative strength is definitely we're in the right direction there. Let's see. It's a few days. Yeah, definitely a swing, not a day trade, definitely a swing. This is just buying puts. I gave you the shorting stocks above, Michael, for DXCM, Square, PXD, and Wolf. Those are day trading stocks. These are puts. Okay. Just want to make sure you understand these are puts. Volumes moving higher, definitely above average. Market does not like this. If we have further follow through, I think the stock will move lower. If we don't have follow through, Hard to say. 74 strike price to buy. Just buy that. If nothing happens with these stocks in the next 2-3 days, you don't want to stay in them. You don't want to stay in them. See, right now, by the way, on an hourly relative strength basis, the strongest stocks have been UNH, Humana, and ELV. So definitely healthcare stocks. There's money coming in right now, and I mean right now, into healthcare and consumer staples. Yeah. That was a put. Right here, 74 put. Expiring in 15 days. Richie, it was a 74 put expiring in 15 days on RTX. Oh, I was saying how right now in the last hour, I have a relative strength by the hour. And right now, the strongest stock is UNH, then Humana, then ELV. Right now, before the room starts, before the day trading room starts, you just buy the stock. I'm not giving you anything. I explained how we're doing relative strength about a week and a half ago, and I urged everybody to watch those videos. I'm just kind of throwing out some bonuses out there, Lori, trying to show you guys how to use relative strength. So every day I try to spend about 5-10 minutes or 15 minutes just showing you what to look for. Next one, EL. The day tradings will be either to buy the stock or to sell the stock, to buy a call or to buy a put. And when we have the room, I'll let you know all of it. We'll be doing it live together, actually. So, Estee Lauder, it's breaking its low. Did it break the low or is it just on the low? No, it broke its low. Volume is a little dead. Relative strength is definitely favoring the short side. If the market goes down, this thing is going to continue falling apart. If the market falls down, you would want the 150 puts and you would want to sell against it the 135 puts. If nothing happens in 3-4 days or even 2 days, if the market turns up and starts bolting higher, you don't want to be in these. You don't want to be in these. Sylvia, if you go to the Roger Scott, folks, so here's what you need to know. If you go to the Roger Scott YouTube channel and click on live, it'll have every live VIP room. I've been talking about relative strength for about a month now, maybe a month and a half. And I've been talking about it. Rewatch those VIP rooms. And then when we launch the indicator, I'll talk about it extensively. And then we'll have the VIP room, the getting started, all that stuff. But if you want to watch and they're posted daily in the Telegram channel. Just put them on double speed and watch me talk like this, you know. All right. Next one. You guys ever watch videos on double speed? It's so funny. Sounds like Mickey Mouse talking. This is a Latin company, and they're not doing great right now. They're breaking down. I drew this. How long ago did I draw this? Let's see. Wow, I drew this a long time ago, a few years ago, and it's finally hitting those levels. It's finally hitting those levels. I don't like the volume. I would probably. There's not much relative weakness. I would wait off on this one. I want to break it a little more. It saves a lot of time. Yeah, I am already double speed Mongo. There you go. Next one is THC. Oop, not THX, THC. Now, healthcare is moving up today. So the fact that this is moving down is a very, very strong point. But we're above the 200-day moving average. And this kind of starting to look a little bit like Carvana. It doesn't look that, it doesn't look all that weak all of a sudden. So I would hold off on this. I like to see real extremes. EFX. There you go. Now I know why you guys miss all my stuff. You watch my videos in double speed. I know you. I know your routines. So Matt, I'm going to have to speak twice as slow. All right, Equifax. Let's go back. I like Equifax. I like Equifax a lot. See, like this stock to me looks like it can break. Let's see the last time it was down here. Oh, yeah. Ooh, I like this one. I really like this one a lot. Maybe give it another inch. I don't love the volume going lower on this, but I love the price level. So I would probably do a half size. The only thing it's missing is, Richie says you mentioned something about QQQ you liked. Yeah, I'll show you when we're done with this. I'll go back to it. A lot of people, I guess, came in late. In this case, we would go 29 days out. We would look at the one. We would look at the 190 put, and we would offset that with the 175 put. I know it's expensive, but you'll save money down the line. And if it doesn't continue dropping, you don't want to be in it. You don't want to be in it. Okay. The inch metric. Good. Next one. Also breaking down. Let's see where there's support. Ooh, I don't see any support. Ooh, we're below the 200-day. Ooh, volume is good. Not bad. I like this. Let's see how relative strength has been. So in the last 3 months, it's been just mimicking. Yeah. 5 days, 1 day, about even. Yeah, I like this. I like this one. But again, right now, we're at the mercy of this market drop. So be careful. Be careful. At turning points, you don't want to expose yourself too heavy because it can be a bear trap. 135 puts expiring in 29 days. That's what we have for here. So let me go back to the QQQ and I'll show you what I'm talking about. And please do take the time to rewatch these videos, the replays. I always give a lot of lessons here and I try to give you guys a lot of information. What I was saying was we are at a very, very strong support level right now, or near very strong support level. Also, I've noticed a lot of folks don't use the 100-day moving average on their chart. It's a shame because it gives you a really good level of support. We're at the 100-day moving average on the NASDAQ. You could do that. You could take a bear call spread. Sure, you can. You could do that. Cyrus says it's a bear trap, today's market. Well, that's what I'm hoping, Cyrus. I'm hoping, but hoping is like a dirty 4-letter word. So if the NASDAQ can hold the 100-day, that would be really significant. That would be very, very significant. And support levels at the same, like a hair above it. We'll see. Every time I'm looking, I have the SPY and I have the Carvana on my charts. And every time the SPY tries to rally, it hasn't been successful. Every time it tries to rally, this thing really starts pushing up. So it definitely has relative strength. Well, you can even see it right here. See that? SPY down, this is up. So if the SPY turns up, this will turn positive. And if we can get a couple of good days, that's all we really need on that trade. Do the futures tell you anything about a bear trap or not? No. Price and strong support and resistance areas do. Sandy says, did you post notes from yesterday's class? They were so full of good information. Well, I asked my assistants. I asked, not Matt, but I asked, what's his name?
Chris.
I asked Chris to do it. Can you check see if it's done?
I'll check right now.
Yeah, Matt will check right now. This one looks just like, see how it went down, but it doesn't want to stay out. This is a very strange market. I'm going to tell you right now, we're not seeing any follow through. We're not seeing any follow through for about 40 minutes already. No, it's lunchtime. That could be it too. We'll see what happens after lunchtime. Oh, Visa, Matt. You want to talk a little bit about Visa? Here, Visa.
Sure.
We're long Visa, I imagine.
We are long.
Yeah, and yeah, this is one of the reasons why I didn't like the credit Equinox. Same type of thing. Here's the thing, though. We're almost at the 100-day, and the bullish trend is still intact. It broke the 50, but it didn't break the 100. So, and let me now put the RSI on here. The thing is, to me, everything looks like it's a big shakeout yesterday and today, and the market wants to come up. Now, there's really strong support at Visa at 235. Look at where the RSI is right now. We don't go there very often, so I'm expecting a bounce. I may be hopeful, although I don't think I am. I think I'm pretty objective, but it doesn't look like there's much follow through because there's just so much support. And I'm also a little puzzled by the fact that the market sold off today versus yesterday, where overnight markets weren't really all that crazy.
Yeah, and that was hard to understand because they had plenty of time yesterday.
Yeah. Oh, FedEx. I'll talk about FedEx for a second. So I gave you this day trade today. Let me real quickly go through it. And what I said was, what I said was, if it breaks the high, to go long. It broke the high, and you probably went long. If you were to look at the relative strength right now of this compared to, so if the SPY turns up right now, this thing is going to bolt. Right now, I actually like it right now quite a lot. I really do. Because if the SPY turns just a little bit, this thing is going to bolt really, really nice. I like FedEx. I really like FedEx a lot. A lot. Be careful that it doesn't break this low. If it breaks this low, you don't want to be in this trade. You don't want to be in the trade if it breaks the low. Ken says there are no notes on the Kickstart class located in the weekly cash flow. Yeah, I decided doing nothing in the first half hour. I said if you got in and you didn't listen to me, and if you didn't get in, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, you don't want the first half hour. Let's see, when did this happen anyways? This happened just in the morning, so most folks wouldn't get in. So yeah, so do it right now. I assumed whoever was asking just was in, but good. Tim, go ahead and copy that from Tim. Yeah, I know a trader who went short on FedEx, and that wasn't pretty. But I like FedEx. If the market turns positive, it's good. If it doesn't, you want to get out at the low of the day. Real simple. And the low of the day is 259 something. So your risk is about $2 and you have pretty good upside. But that's assuming the market turns up. I said to buy FedEx. I said FedEx looks really good here. If the market keeps going down, it's going to be very sticky for it. If it's going to be very resilient. If the market turns up, this thing is going to bolt higher. And it has the potential to go from 260 to about 266, 268 if the market goes higher. So I like it right now. It's in a very strategic spot right now as we speak.
So the notes are in there, by the way.
Aha! The notes are in there?
Yes, they are, but they might be a little bit hard to see.
Well, why don't you share your screen? You could show everybody where they're at. That's what I said, Cyrus. I think it's going higher. I was just saying it's a good entry point right now.
So you're in your members area.
Yes.
The live kickoff class, the Kickstart.
So the class is there too.
Huh? It's okay. Right here. This is actually a link. It doesn't look like it, but click that.
Can you ask Chris to make it like bright blue or like red or something? But it's there. It's there. And take us through seasonality, please.
Okay. All right. go. On the long side, I feel like we're kind of in the same spot as we were yesterday. Healthcare, though, that's the strongest. Still kind of in the middle. Let's check on the short side, though, see if that's still losing strength. If you missed yesterday, 2 days ago, it was all about the shorts and the longs looked pitiful. Yesterday, longs started to look, the shorts started to look a little bit less attractive. And now, hit or miss. Starting to really mix up. I can't zoom it. Well, I can zoom Excel though. There we go. I went through these long setups. I really didn't see anything that I liked. But here they are. Notice the list is definitely getting longer though. And on the short side, over to here. You definitely are seeing some of the same trends. Semiconductors still weak. Remember yesterday, might have been the day before that, we saw index moving with it to SMH. Don't see it today, but the list is pretty long. Got semiconductor, Constellation Energy Group, both of the golds, two of the golds. There's one more gold. It's GLD. Those are moving together to the short side, and they're 100% too. Baker Hughes, pretty accurate, but I don't know. Personally, I would wait to see what the market does before I would take anything from this.
Yeah, I agree with what Matt is saying right now. I think right now the market is in a very precarious place, and also gaps on the S&P are not very common. If we don't start rallying towards the end of the day, it's going to be a sign that we probably are going to go lower. I want to see how the second session, I want to see how the overnight market reacts. Very, very important. Because right now the market can go either way, and it has very important ramifications for one of the two directions that it goes to. So, glad to hear that, Tim. Good. Glad to hear that. Glad to hear that. You got anything else, Matt?
That's it.
So again, keep your mittens on the Telegram channel, and I'll let you guys know if there's anything there that you need to pay attention to. Keep an eye on things. If you want, you feel free to send me a email, and I will respond there as well. Thank you all. And again, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Not customer service questions, like real trading questions. Trading questions, okay? Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. And if anybody did well in our trades, let us know, okay? Bye, guys. Thanks, and have a great day. Love all of you. Bye, guys. Thank you.